Oh, come on! What is going on, everybody? You're watching the Broken Controller Club. My name is Ed, and you are watching another installment of Bad Game Summer, the event I made up to highlight terrible games and hopefully give you a laugh. Or just a chuckle. I'll take that too. Today's game is Go Sports Ski, or maybe it's Go Sports Ski. I don't really know. Either way, it is a delightful little turd of a game that's all about snow skiing. This review was admittedly hard to put together because there's almost no content to this game, and you'll play through the whole thing in under an hour. The only game with less content is probably the old Ski Free game that was on Windows 3.1, and according to YouTube, most of you fit the demographic that still remember this game, so I don't feel quite so old bringing it up. Hooray! Look at that. That damn Yeti always got you, right? Windows 3.1 is still my favorite Windows, by the way. Anyways, Go Sports Ski is on the PlayStation 3, but really looks more like it belongs on the PlayStation 2, except nobody would be remotely happy about this ending up on anything other than a demo disc. It might actually work better as a tech demo on the PS2 instead. It is weirdly short. Even weirder than how short it is that they added online multiplayer to it to bank on people actually wanting to play this online instead of just adding more single-player content. So what's here? Well, the single-player mode isn't even called Career or Single Player or anything like that. It's just called Practice instead. Practice for what? I have no idea. When you select it, though, you'll get a choice of Battle Mode, Time Attack Mode, and Slalom. Each one has the same two courses. There's a beginner course and a more intermediate course with corresponding star ratings for difficulty. Like, out of a 5-star rating, you don't see one that has the full 5 stars, so I don't even know why they did that. There's just 4 stars for the most difficult one. If you're a hardcore video game skiing enthusiast, of which I think there's probably 10 of you, and it's because there's nothing fun about skiing video games, then you won't even be fully challenged by what's here. You can also save a ghost run for any of these things so you can try to beat your best time. I don't know why you'd like this enough to do that, though. Whenever you start a new mode, you can choose this guy and change his pants or his jacket. If you change his skin color, he looks the exact same except he's darker. It's weird. He has that lifeless look in his eyes, like he works in retail, or was just told that he has to wear his face mask for another year. So despite it being called Battle Mode, I didn't get to play against the computer. I just went down the courses by myself. Was this a joke? Did the computer decide not to show up and get drunk with girls in the lodge, or maybe in a hot tub? Was it stuck with a timeshare meeting it had to go to? I don't know, but I ended up skiing down the hill by myself and feeling a little depressed at the same time. Time Attack felt an awful lot like Battle Mode, except it's called Time Attack, and you see just how fast you can go down each course. It's an exciting mode where the game counts the seconds on the clock and stops once you hit the finish line, everybody cheering you on in the background going, "Yay! Being cold and watching something is so much fun!" Slalom, as you can guess, is the same damn thing, but now you get colored orbs to try and collect. Now, you're going to be amazed by this. So it's called a slalom because they put the orbs at the opposite ends of the borders as you're going down. In an effort to make it feel like a slalom, they actually made it really irritating to have to go back and forth trying to collect these stupid things. You can try and catch them all, but the physics and camera of the game will pretty much guarantee that you're going to miss some, and once you start doing that, it's pretty much a downward spiral from there. Or downward slalom? I don't really do ski puns, so I've got nothing. And speaking of the controls, you'll be happy to know that they're pretty crummy. They're one of the few games on the PS3 to use the 6-axis motion controls, and they're definitely not a good way to show them off either. When you're actually playing the game, you can only control it by tilting the controller. This actually wouldn't be so bad, but like the last time I had a few Irish car bombs at the local pub, they're mostly unresponsive. You're supposed to tilt the controller to left or right to move around, I think, or carve, or whatever as they call it in skiing and snowboarding terms, and then tilt forward to speed up and back to slow down. You tilt it up quickly to jump. The jumping never worked when I wanted it to, and if you're making your way toward a cliff or a ramp, then it would never do anything for me. I'd find myself jolting the controller upward 3 or 4 times as if I was having a seizure. You can tilt the controller after jumping off a ramp successfully to do tricks, and there were times where he'd look like he's landing on his neck only to still land on his skis as if he'd pulled it off. I was never actually able to get him to slow down, and the difference between him speeding up and going at normal speed was him slightly leaning forward. The physics and camera in this were pretty awful too. Like lots of times I'd get stuck on a fence only to not be able to come off of it, and I'd basically just have to ride the edges of the level for a little while. Other times I'd go directly up the mountain and it would take several seconds to lose momentum and come back down. Very slowly, I might add. Also, speeding up did very little, and if I got stuck going slow up an incline, I'd stay going the same speed on the way down and could not speed up no matter how much I'd tilt the controller forward and scream at the TV. Because we all know that screaming at the TV helps. So all that fun with a capital FU leaves us with the multiplayer mode, which I couldn't get anybody to play with me because as soon as I can get out the words, "Can anybody grab a controller?" suddenly everybody's gone to the store, the cat clawed open an air vent to crawl inside, and the other cat flushed himself down the toilet. But joke's on them, because since the game only uses motion controls, I decided to experiment, control one player with each hand. And the results were not good, and clearly I favor my left hand over my right, which is weird because I'm right-handed. They both steer like they've been drinking, and I'm gonna say that that's about 80% my fault. The game controls badly, but not this badly. So go Sportski can go straight to gaming hell with the rest of the rancid trash I've played this summer. Bad physics that defy everything we know about the universe, a creepy ass looking guy with soulless Mark Zuckerberg eyes who controls badly in the whopping 2 courses you'll get to play make this one I would certainly skip. If you're walking down a dark alley at night with your family and Go Sportski starts to approach you, take it from old Ed at the club and go back out into the light or risk getting Thomas and Martha Wayne. And that's all I've got for today's review. Make sure you subscribe and check me out on Instagram and on Twitch for various streaming fun with crazy hats and homemade cocktails, and we'll do this again real soon. Congratulations! You're one of an elite few to make it to the end of the video. Reward yourself by hitting the round subscribe button in the middle, and then check out the other goodies I've got and the links next to it.